Purim is a time for charity. People go from house to house collecting money for local causes. Samuel, too, is involved in his own act of charity. He is offered to make a Friday night meal and celebrate the Sabbath with a number of homeless boys from the community. Only one boy turns up. So, you were brought up in the Hasidic community, is that right?
Yeah, sort of.
So you were Hasidic like Samuel?
No, not like him, but yeah. Wasn't so religious, but I was brought up in a quite religious family. And
then what happened?
And then, yeah, you know, as always, most teenagers, you know, they go through a sort of thing, you know, which sort of make them go the other way. But
you still wear the kippah? You still go to synagogue, or not so much?
Not so much synagogue now.
Would you say you're still part of this community?
Not very much, you know.
He doesn't want to be, but he is.
Exactly, sort of.
And that must be quite hard.
Well, yeah, it is quite hard, you know, but again, what has to be done, it's got to be done, if you know what I mean.
But it sounds like it's quite hard to make those kind of choices in this community. You either live by the rules, otherwise it's hard to know where to go.
Yeah, it is quite hard, but as I said, it's got to be done because I was brought up to be Jewish, so that's where I'm staying.
Why is he here? Has he rejected his family, or have they rejected him?
He got kicked out of home.
Because he stopped being observant?
No. It's got nothing to do with
just because of family problems?
His mother gave him too much problem, him and his older brother. Don't do this, don't do that. Like punishment, clean the house, hoover the house. It wasn't hoovered properly, hoover it again. And
Samuel, do you identify with these boys? Do you think you went through something similar when you were young?
I went through a lot. The main reason why I decided years ago to start to be in a rebellion was my parents. Telling me, oh, you can't wear this kind of shirt, you can't wear this trousers, shoes like this. Oh, no, you must be joking with a high, you must be joking. With a point, no way. And I wanted to have it, because I like it, it's nice shoes. That's what I wanted, why can't I have it? Look, is there anything wrong? What do you think? Is there anything wrong with these shoes? I don't think so. But when I was his age, I couldn't wear it.
Why not?
I was told no.
But you weren't given a reason?
No. Too modern, too modern, too this. Yeah. It's not for you. But it's not a reason that's going to satisfy a 17-year-old boy.
Was your upbringing very strict, would you say? Abnormally strict, or just normally strict?
Well, within the community, it's normal. You know, I mean, my father's not a strict person in terms of extreme. You know, obviously we were all dressed Hasidic and we were all eating Hasidic, kosher and everything else, and going to the... you would call it strict from your point of view, or, you know, from a general point of view, but within the community, that was the normal way how we are being brought up. That's the way I bring up my children. That's the way the community generally operates.
The rules drawn from the Torah that govern behaviour have also informed the Leibovitz's attitude to forgiveness. Despite Samuel's reoffending, his family have helped him again and again.
We felt, let's give him one more chance.
And when you say we felt, do you mean that it was, again, that they're quite specific obligations that you have as Jews, or just we felt because he's a family member and you love him?
Well, I think the family member thing has faded away, to be honest, after so many setbacks. But it was as a Jewish commitment as well. I mean, for example, we went to a rabbi to speak about this, and the rabbi told us, look, we pray 3 times a day for forgiveness. So this whole philosophy is, okay, we're not perfect, but let's try again. So on that philosophy, the rabbi strongly encouraged us, yes, we should get private lawyers and give them a better chance if we can, which we followed. But we were reluctant to do so at first.
I mean, one of the things he seems to find difficult is that in the communities that everybody wants to know what everybody else is doing and that people kind of...
Yeah, that's true.
Is that a downside? Do you find that a difficult part of life?
I don't find it difficult. I live with it. Whether I find it difficult or not, it's not I have a choice. Well, of course, everybody has a choice. I could decide to go to Spain as well, or Brazil, and leave the community. But that's the conflict. You can't have it. You can't have it both ways. If you want to live in a community within the very close environment, everybody will know what everybody's doing. It's like you have a large extended family. It's good to have a large extended family, but the downside is everybody knows where you've been last night and what you're doing tomorrow. But yeah, you can't have what he wants and the community. He needs to make up his mind.
Oi. Agora estou ocupado. E vai te ligar depois, mas. Ok? Tchau, beijo, tchau. It's a Brazilian friend of mine.
I mean, for argument's sake, if he would be walking on the street with a Brazilian girl in Stamford Hill, that will be it. Although there's nothing wrong with it, theoretically, you would say. But the community would just say, all right, fine, you want to do that, goodbye.
But he does seem to be in contact with all sorts of Brazilian girls.
He is, and the community's, so far as, whilst he's discreet about it, then he'll get away with it. But the day will come that it will explode.
So if he flaunts in a sort of disrespectful way, then the community would turn their back on him at some point.
Yeah.
Bom dia. Como vai?
So you're driving a Lexus?
I am. I'm driving a nice Lexus right now for 2 weeks. Got my friend's car, took him to the States, and he left the car with me.
And so you're not working in the old age home anymore?
No, I'm helping out a friend of mine in properties. So what I do for him all day is go around to his properties, check them, make sure they're kept up to standard, and the rents are paid. And bits and pieces. Keeps me busy. And it's not a full time, but you know, it keeps me busy.
And is that a good job for you?
It's okay. Can't complain.
What happens if people are not forthcoming with their rent?
Well, that's where we try to get them out if they don't pay the rent. Obviously legal ways, nothing illegal. But sometimes things have to get done. Like before the holiday, I went down to someone, a Polish guy. He hasn't paid the rent now for 2.5 months. I came down to him and I said, what's happening with the rent? You've got to pay rent. He said, I don't have money. So, well, if you don't have money, you've got to leave. And I made sure he left.
How did you make sure?
He didn't want to leave the premises. So I went out, I got a friend of mine who's got some dogs. Came in there, opened the door, put the dogs in. And the next day called me up and says, can I come down and take my belongings? I said, yes. As long as the property will be empty, you can come and take your stuff.
What kind of dogs are they?
Alsatian dogs. Guard dogs.
So do you have to physically threaten anybody?
No, I don't. I wouldn't go violently anymore. I used to, but no more. I do it nice and easy. Come down there, got the keys to the door, open the door, put 2 dogs in when you're not home, and you just can't get back in.
The Hasidic Jewish community of Stamford Hill runs its own emergency service called Hatsola. You're a volunteer?
I'm a volunteer, yes.
And how long have you been volunteering?
I think it's 9 years now. I've been doing this for 9 years.
And how many times a week do you do it?
Mondays and Thursdays, from 9 till 1, 5 till 8.